Did you know that one of the most celebrated vegetables on your plate, a true champion of healthy eating, might actually be working against you if you're not careful? It's a startling thought, isn't it? We're all trying to do the right thing, especially as we get older, meticulously choosing foods we believe will keep us strong, protect our health, and maintain our vitality. But what if some common habits, even those involving superfoods like broccoli, are inadvertently undermining our best efforts? You've heard it for years, haven't you? Eat your broccoli. It's hailed as a nutritional powerhouse, packed with vitamins, minerals, and compounds that fight disease. And it's true, broccoli is fantastic. But are you absolutely certain you're preparing and pairing it in a way that truly benefits your body, especially if you're over 50, 60, or beyond? Could some innocent kitchen customs be stripping away its goodness, or even more surprisingly, creating unexpected issues? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this cruciferous hero. We'll explore a few common pitfalls many health-conscious individuals, particularly seniors, might fall into when it comes to broccoli. These aren't about demonizing this wonderful vegetable, far from it. Instead, this is about empowering you with knowledge. Because isn't that what true health management is all about? Understanding the nuances so you can make the best choices for your unique needs. More importantly, we're not just going to talk about problems. Oh no, for every potential pitfall, we'll uncover a smarter, more beneficial approach. We'll look at simple, effective food combinations that can elevate broccoli from merely good for you to exceptionally supportive of your health goals, whether that's protecting your heart, sharpening your memory, or even bolstering your body's natural defenses against serious illness. So I invite you to stay with me. Grab a cup of tea, perhaps, and let's explore how to make every bite of broccoli truly count. Are you ready to potentially rethink how you treat this green giant? For years, many of us, myself included, believed that a zesty splash of vinegar or a generous squeeze of lemon juice was the perfect way to liven up steamed or raw broccoli. It tastes bright. It feels healthy, right? You might even use apple cider vinegar, thinking you're adding another layer of health benefits. But what if I told you this common practice could be inadvertently sabotaging one of broccoli's most valuable assets? Broccoli, you see, is a fantastic source of vitamin C. We're talking nearly double what you'd find in an orange by some measures. And vitamin C, as we know, is crucial. It's not just about fending off colds. It's a vital antioxidant, essential for tissue repair, immune function, and fighting off those pesky free radicals that can accelerate aging and contribute to chronic disease. But here's the kicker. Vitamin C is incredibly delicate, almost fragile. It's particularly sensitive to acidic environments. So when you introduce vinegar or lemon juice directly to your broccoli, especially if it sits for a while, you're not just adding flavor, you might be significantly degrading that precious vitamin C. Think about it. All that immune-boosting potential diminished before it even reaches your system. It's like buying a high-performance car and then putting sugar in the gas tank, isn't it? You wouldn't do that intentionally, but this is a far more subtle form of nutrient sabotage. And there's another layer to this. Acidic additions can also sometimes interfere with your body's ability to absorb essential minerals from broccoli, like iron. For many older adults, maintaining adequate iron levels is already a challenge, and iron is key for energy and preventing fatigue. So, could your favorite dressing be a double whammy, reducing both vitamin C and hampering iron uptake? It's certainly food for thought. Now, this doesn't mean your broccoli has to be bland. Absolutely not. The good news is there are fantastic alternatives. Have you ever considered pairing your broccoli with a touch of mustard or even a little freshly grated horseradish? It might sound unconventional to some, but there's some fascinating science here. Broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables contain compounds called glucosinolates. When broccoli is chopped or chewed, an enzyme called myrosinase is released, which converts these glucosinolates into highly beneficial compounds, the most famous of which is sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a rock star. It's celebrated for its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and potential cancer-fighting properties. Here's where it gets interesting. Mustard and horseradish also naturally contain myrosinase. So, by adding mustard or horseradish, you're not only preserving that vitamin C, you might actually be enhancing the formation of sulforaphane, particularly if your broccoli is cooked in a way that might have deactivated some of its own myrosinase. It's a win-win. You get flavor, you protect the vitamin C, and you potentially boost one of its most powerful health compounds. What a simple yet profound switch, wouldn't you agree? So the next time you reach for that broccoli, will you reconsider the vinegar? Alright, let's move to another crucial point, particularly for those of us who might be managing our health with certain medications. Many seniors are on blood-thinning medications, drugs like warfarin, or even daily aspirin regimens to help prevent blood clots, strokes, or heart attacks. These medications are lifesavers. But did you know that a sudden, significant change in your intake of certain green vegetables, like broccoli, could potentially throw a wrench in the works? Broccoli is quite rich in vitamin K, and vitamin K plays a vital role in, you guessed it, blood clotting. It's essential for our bodies. However, if you're on a blood thinner that works by inhibiting vitamin K's action, you can see where a problem might arise. The medication is trying to reduce clotting, and a large, inconsistent intake of vitamin K is trying to promote it. It's like having one foot on the accelerator and the other on the brake. Now, this is incredibly important. This does not mean you should banish broccoli or other vitamin K-rich foods from your diet if you're on these medications. That's a common misconception and could lead to you missing out on vital nutrients. The absolute key here is consistency. Your doctor likely calibrates your medication dosage based on your typical diet. So if you usually eat a moderate amount of broccoli a few times a week, and you continue to do so consistently, your medication can be managed effectively. The danger lies in erratic consumption. Eating almost no vitamin K-rich foods for weeks, and then suddenly consuming very large quantities of broccoli, spinach, and kale for several days straight, that's what can cause your INR levels to fluctuate undesirably. It's about maintaining a steady, predictable intake. Have you ever discussed your green vegetable intake with your doctor in relation to your medication? It's a conversation worth having. So, what's the practical advice here? Firstly, communicate with your healthcare provider. Let them know about your dietary habits, especially regarding green leafy vegetables. Secondly, aim for consistency. If you enjoy broccoli, incorporate it regularly, but in moderate, stable amounts. Don't go on a broccoli binge one week and avoid it the next. Some people also find it helpful to be mindful of the timing of their medication and their vitamin K-rich meals, perhaps not consuming a huge serving of broccoli right when they take their blood thinner. Though this is a more nuanced point, best discussed with your doctor or pharmacist. The overarching principle is predictable, consistent intake. It's about working with your medication, not against it. Knowledge and consistency, those are your most powerful tools here. Does that make sense? It's about informed choices, not fearful avoidance. Let's turn our attention to another area where this green champion needs to be handled with a bit of finesse, especially for individuals managing blood sugar levels such as those with type 2 diabetes or even pre-diabetes. Broccoli is wonderfully low on the glycemic index, and it's packed with fiber. Both of these are generally fantastic for blood sugar control. In fact, that same compound, sulforaphane, has also shown promise in helping to lower blood sugar levels. For many, this is a huge plus. Replacing higher carb processed foods with broccoli can be a great strategy. But, and this is a crucial but for some, could there be too much of a good thing? Especially if you're on blood sugar lowering medications like insulin or metformin. If you suddenly start eating very large quantities of broccoli, especially if it's replacing nearly all other carbohydrate sources in a meal, and you're also taking medication designed to lower your blood sugar, there's a potential risk of your blood sugar dropping too low. This is called hypoglycemia, and it can cause symptoms like shakiness, sweating, confusion, and rapid heartbeat. It's certainly not something to take lightly. Imagine thinking you're making an excellent choice for your diabetes, only to find yourself in a hypoglycemic state. That would be quite alarming, wouldn't it? Furthermore, while fiber is our friend, a very sudden and large increase in fiber, especially from cruciferous vegetables like broccoli blau, can sometimes lead to digestive discomfort for some individuals. Think bloating, gas, and that generally uncomfortable feeling. Our digestive systems, especially as we age, sometimes prefer gradual changes. So, what's the sensible approach here? It's not about shunning broccoli if you have diabetes. It's about smart integration and balance. Instead of a giant, standalone serving of broccoli, think about pairing it with other nutrient-dense foods. Combine your broccoli with a source of lean protein, perhaps some grilled chicken or fish, or plant-based options like lentils or tofu. Add a portion of complex, slow-releasing carbohydrates like quinoa, brown rice, or a small sweet potato, including healthy fats like those from avocado or olive oil, can also help stabilize blood sugar and aid in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins from your meal. This balanced plate approach helps to prevent those rapid peaks and troughs in blood sugar. And as always, if you have diabetes and are making significant changes to your diet, especially concerning foods known to impact blood sugar, it's vital to monitor your glucose levels closely and discuss these changes with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help you adjust your medication if necessary and ensure your dietary strategy is safe and effective. It's about finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance, isn't it? Now that we've navigated some of the common ways broccoli's benefits can be unintentionally blunted, let's shift gears to something truly exciting: how to amplify its goodness. Because when broccoli teams up with the right partners, its health-promoting effects can be magnified. Are you curious about these dynamic duos? This first pairing might surprise you, as it did the gentleman in the story we heard about earlier. Broccoli alongside citrus fruits like oranges, tangerines, or even grapefruit or bell peppers. You might think, vegetables and fruits in the same savory context. Really? But there's beautiful nutritional science at play here. Broccoli, as we touched upon, contains iron, specifically non-heme iron, which is the type found in plant-based foods. Our bodies sometimes find non-heme iron a bit tricky to absorb efficiently, and that's where citrus, or any food rich in vitamin C, steps in as a superhero. Vitamin C has this remarkable ability to transform non-heme iron into a form that our bodies can absorb much more readily, sometimes increasing absorption several times over. So when you pair broccoli with, say, orange segments in a salad, or have a side of steamed broccoli with a meal that includes bell peppers, you're essentially unlocking more of that vital iron. Why is this so important for seniors? Well, adequate iron is crucial for energy production, cognitive function, and a healthy immune system. Fatigue, a common complaint, can often be linked to insufficient iron. Could this simple pairing be a delicious way to help keep your energy levels up and your mind sharp? And it doesn't stop there. Both broccoli and citrus fruits are immune powerhouses. Together, they offer a double-barreled approach to supporting your body's defenses. Think of it as giving your immune system an extra shield and sword. How can you try this? A warm broccoli salad with orange segments and a light vinaigrette, or even a light stir-fry where bell peppers and broccoli share the stage. Simple, yet so effective. Next up, let's talk about a classic culinary pair that also happens to be a health dream team: broccoli and onions. Many of us use onions as a flavor base in countless dishes, but have you ever considered their profound health synergy with broccoli, especially for your heart and digestive system? We know broccoli brings sulforaphane to the table with its anti-inflammatory and detoxifying prowess. Onions and other members of the allium family, like garlic and leeks, are rich in a powerful flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is a celebrated antioxidant known for its ability to help lower blood pressure, protect the lining of our arteries, improve circulation, and reduce inflammation. You can see how that would be beneficial for cardiovascular health, can't you? Now here's where the magic truly happens. When sulforaphane from broccoli and quercetin from onions are consumed together, research suggests they don't just add their benefits, they can amplify each other's effects. It's a beautiful example of food synergy, where 1 + 1 equals more than 2. This teamwork can mean even better support for healthy blood pressure, more robust protection against oxidative stress, and a stronger defense against the kind of chronic inflammation that underpins so many age-related conditions. For those of us concerned about heart health as we age, isn't this fantastic news? But wait, there's more. Onions are also packed with prebiotic fibers. These are the fibers that don't get digested by us, but instead feed the beneficial bacteria in our gut. And broccoli, with its own fiber and anti-inflammatory compounds, also supports a healthy gut environment. A healthy gut, as we're increasingly learning, is foundational to overall health, impacting everything from our immune system to our mood and even our brain health. So this pairing isn't just looking after your heart, it's nurturing your microbiome too. Oil and garlic. Roast them together until tender crisp. Add them to soups, stews, or frittatas. The possibilities are delicious and incredibly healthful. It makes you look at that humble onion in a new light, doesn't it? Our final powerhouse pairing is broccoli with tomatoes. This might be another one that seems a bit unconventional outside of a pasta sauce, but the science supporting their combined strength, particularly in cellular protection, is compelling, especially for men concerned about prostate health. Broccoli, with its star sulforaphane, is already known for its role in supporting the body's natural detoxification pathways and helping to protect cells from the kind of damage that can lead to abnormal growth. Tomatoes, on the other hand, are the champions of lycopene. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant carotenoid that gives tomatoes their vibrant red color. It's been extensively studied for its benefits in supporting heart health and, very notably, in reducing the risk of certain cancers, including prostate cancer. Now, just like with onions, when broccoli and tomatoes are eaten together, studies have indicated a synergistic effect. The combination appears to be more effective at, for instance, slowing the growth of prostate cancer cells in research settings than either food consumed alone. Think about that. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For men navigating their senior years, this is a particularly powerful piece of information to consider. There's another practical tip here. Lycopene is fat-soluble. This means your body absorbs it better when consumed with a little bit of healthy fat. So, cooking your broccoli and tomatoes with a touch of olive oil not only enhances flavor, but also boosts your ability to take in that protective lycopene. What a smart strategy! How can you bring this duo to your plate? Gently saute broccoli florets with chopped tomatoes and garlic in olive oil. Create a vibrant, warm salad with steamed broccoli and roasted cherry tomatoes. Blend them into a hearty vegetable soup. Even a simple side dish of these two, seasoned with herbs, can be a profound investment in your long-term cellular health. It's about making these protective foods a regular, enjoyable part of your eating pattern. Are you thinking of ways to include this pairing in your meals this week? Before we wrap up, it's worth mentioning that many of broccoli's benefits, and indeed some of these pairing principles, can extend to its cruciferous cousins. Think cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, and bok choy. They all contain glucosinolates and offer a wealth of nutrients. Variety is key. And a quick word on cooking. How you cook your broccoli also matters. Overboiling can leach out many water-soluble vitamins and can deactivate that important myrosinase enzyme. Steaming, light sautéing, roasting, or even microwaving with minimal water are generally better methods for preserving nutrients and maximizing the formation of beneficial compounds like sulforaphane. If you do boil, try to keep it brief and use the cooking water in a soup or sauce to reclaim some of those lost nutrients. Little tweaks, big impact. So, as we've journeyed through the nuances of enjoying broccoli, what's the main takeaway? It's that this incredible vegetable, like many aspects of our health, benefits from informed choices and mindful preparation. It's not just what we eat, but how we eat it, what we pair it with, and how it fits into our individual health picture. We've seen how simple missteps, like adding too much acid or being unaware of vitamin K interactions, can inadvertently diminish broccoli's power. But more importantly, we've uncovered how smart pairings with citrus, with onions, with tomatoes can elevate its benefits, turning a good vegetable into a supercharged ally for your health. This journey of learning and applying is what healthy aging is all about, isn't it? It's not about fear or restriction. It's about empowerment through knowledge. It's about taking these insights and weaving them into the beautiful tapestry of your daily life, one delicious and thoughtful meal at a time. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Has anything we discussed today surprised you? Is there one tip, one pairing, or one caution that particularly resonated with you, something you plan to try or be more mindful of? Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights enrich our entire community, and we can all learn from each other. If you found value in this discussion, if it sparked a new idea or reinforced a healthy habit, I'd be so grateful if you would give this video a like. It truly helps others find this information. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. We're dedicated to bringing you practical, science-backed insights to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant life, especially in your senior years. Remember, Every choice you make around your food is an act of self-care, an investment in your well-being. Let those choices be informed, joyful, and delicious. Thank you so much for joining me today. Eat well, stay curious, and know that you have the power to make a profound difference in your health, one bite at a time. Until next time, take wonderful care.